Alright, now that I found just the right kind of bone, just the right leg bone, I'm going to show you how to make a foot knife out of this right here, and a couple of other tools. And I just found this one laying on the ground. It still has the marrow inside of it, so I might be able to eat that also if it's still good. It's an excellent find right here. Alright, let's make some tools out of bone. What I've put together to make my bone tools out of is I got a piece of sandstone right here. It's real gritty like sandpaper. And I got this stone here to use as a hammer rock to knap the bone with. And then of course I got this here to help polish it with. It's another kind of stone. It's smooth. I mean, it'll polish it pretty good. First thing I do is I look at the bone real good and try to determine what I want to make out of it. And sometimes when they lay out in the weather, they get little cracks in them. Like this one's already cracked right there. It's got a crack there. So I can use that to my advantage. And you just start out with light taps. See, you break off the pieces. Yeah, just like that. Now, you see it's full of dirt. There's no marrow inside there. It's all gone. Clean it out real good. And then, see, now when I make this knife, I'm going to have a nice handle to use. And I'm going to use this part right here as my edge. So that means I got to remove all this material and bevel it at an angle so that it comes out sharp here on this edge. Now that's what this sandstone is all about. And see, I'm continuing to grind a nice bevel onto it right there. And when it comes out sharp along this edge, I'll be ready to finish my knife. I'm almost done with it. So it's a pretty quick process. It's not really all that difficult. And it gives you one of the sharpest knives that you can possibly get. So you just continue grinding it. Until you get it to the way you want it. In a lot of ways, it's just like sharpening a knife. Knock some of that sand out of it. That'll help me grind. So making bone knives and tools is just like flint knapping, only you sharpen everything when you're done. And sometimes you don't have to do that, like with this arrowhead right here. A piece of a bone that I just broke out. You see the inside of it. That's just absolutely razor sharp. And you can't ask for a better point than that. So I don't have to do anything to it. And when bones break, they break at angles that leave razor sharp edges on them. So if you don't want to invest a whole entire piece of bone like I did into a knife, you can just break them up into small pieces and get the smaller blades off of them. And that enables you to make all these other tools. Like this bone right here has a little tiny hole in it right there. It's just a natural hole that goes from the inside of the bone to the outside of the bone. And you can break that out and grind it on both sides so that you have a natural a needle with a natural hole in it, so you don't have to drill holes. And that's a really convenient thing to do. But you got to have a bone with a hole in it like that. They make perfect needles. So if you break your bones up into smaller pieces instead of using a whole bone, like I just demonstrated that knife I made, you can get a whole lot more tools like this. And you don't really have to sharpen any of them because they break off in razor sharp pieces. And some of the pieces of bone break off small enough that you can use them for fish hooks. Like this piece right here. It's got a perfect bend in it. That's everything I need right there for a fish hook. A bone is one of the most useful tools that you can get out in the wilderness if you use it wisely.